Welcome to my multimodal literacy autobiography. It seems that I have always loved to read, that I must have been born that way. My dad's dad read voraciously, including having read War and Peace in high school. However, after World War II, he read only nonfiction, claiming he did not have the time to read anything that was not real. My mom was an avid reader as well. She always had at least 2 books going, one at home and one in the car, where she would read at traffic lights. One of the greatest influences on my literacy journey, on who I have become as a reader, is my dad. Even today, he is still a literacy influence. Not wanting to accumulate more material things, yet still being an ardent reader, my dad mails books to friends and family when he has finished them. I was introduced to Haruki Murakami and Chad When I was 5 years old, while other kids were being read Golden Books and Dr. Seuss, my dad read me The Old Man and the Sea as a bedtime story. One afternoon when I was 9, I told my dad I was bored. He handed me a copy of the Iliad and said, "This should keep you busy for a while." My parents also took me to productions of The Wiz and of For Color Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough, before I was old enough to understand race or diversity. In 6th grade, I was so excited by a reading of The Hobbit that I wrote a book report that was one long 7-page paragraph. However, it wasn't until 9th grade, in Miss Diane Williams' English class, that I began to truly appreciate literature for the fine art it can be. I was stunned by The Great Gatsby.
Who is this Gatsby?
The feelings tied up in the novel, feelings of insecurity, fear, desire, excitement, disgust, and love, all delivered in prose that sparkles. The last line still haunts me. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne ceaselessly into the past. One late night, as I was not able to sleep after my first ever cup of coffee, I plucked a collection of David Foster Wallace's short stories from my dad's bookshelves. From those stories, I learned how the everyday and the absurd could be used to an evocative effect. I spent the summer before my senior year in high school in a writing program at Center College in Kentucky. While there, we read The Heart of Darkness and then watched Apocalypse Now.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
From this, I learned that great literature is adaptable across mediums and settings and time. My senior year in high school, in Mr. Lloyd's AP English class, I learned more about writing than I have before or since. I also learned to appreciate poetry with Mr. Lloyd, especially James Dickey.
To say to me hungrily, over and over and over, "Your moves are exactly right for a few things in this world. We know you when you come, green eyes, green eyes."
And T.S. Eliot. This is a great first line.
Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky like a patient etherized upon a table. Let us...
Later, I had a boss tell me, "I hear you're pretty well read. Would you read this and let me know what you think?" He handed me a novel by Cormac McCarthy. That began a relationship with McCarthy's work that culminated with a reading of The Road as my mom lay first in intensive care and then in hospice. As I move through this program, I hope to broaden my knowledge of literature, to add diverse writers to my text set, and to inspire students to read and to learn and to think in the same manner in which I was inspired.